Welcome to a new special episode of PodCast. Today we have a special guest joining us all the way from Spain, from Geneva Business School. Hi, Mr. Jordi.
Hi, good morning, Alba.
Thank you. Actually, Mr. Jordi came to join us in the event of the Think International Fall Edition, and I thought that this is a good occasion to delve into a conversation to discuss some questions that come to the minds of our students when thinking about pursuing their studies abroad, whether in Spain, in Switzerland, or internationally. So before we start our conversation, can you tell us a little bit about Geneva Business School?
Of course, it's a pleasure to be here and joining this podcast. Thank you for inviting me and for this international event. Geneva Business School is a private Swiss standalone business school with 3 locations. It's a Swiss education model, but with different locations in Barcelona, Geneva, and Madrid. So we are very much focused on international management and international relations, trying to provide the students an European experience under the global experience of education for business.
Great. Now, my question is, how does it look like to study in Spain or Switzerland or in another country in Europe?
It's a very interesting question because any other potential experience in Europe could be slightly different to what we can provide. Because we provide this Swiss education, but the different locations that we have, it's more like a merging different cultures, which is all the real business approach nowadays. So having this global experience, culturally wise, that's crucial to be successful in business nowadays. So any of the locations, a lot of our students are coming from different countries. 90% of the students, 90, which is a lot, are international with more than 100 nationalities in place. Very diversified student body population from Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, North America. But this is what business is all about, and trying to understand how the different cultures work. And in order to be successful in business settings nowadays, you need to understand how the culture works in order to have good projects at the very end.
Good. And what makes Geneva Business School one of the great options for our students to study there, comparing to another international business school in another European country?
We are a very hands-on, real business approach. Again, the motto that we have integrated in our logo, in the name of our school, is real business, responsible leaders. For us, real business is very important. Everything that we do, we try to walk the talk. That's very important. It's not just about theory, it's about the practical approach. When you complete the program or the experience with us, you need to be able to make things happen. For us, this is important. Sometimes we have a big idea, but if we don't really know how to implement that, it's more like a vision, but it's not that reality. So we try to bring in classroom real cases with working professional professors, and the students are also working on small groups and they have more chances to participate. That's for us very important. Traditional universities or some other educational experiences, the student journey for the learning process, they have big groups, so students, they don't really have the chance to participate. So for us, small groups and interactive classes are crucial to really become a good business person and an entrepreneur.
So can we say it's practice-based university?
Project-based learning, I would say, project-based. Depending on the stage of they take advantage of the short program that we offer in summer. It's 2 weeks, for example, if I can talk about this particular initiative. It's like a bootcamp on entrepreneurship. So in 2 weeks' time, they work with the students from different countries, and they can, from an idea to create a business plan in 2 weeks' time. It's like the real business. When you have a project, you need to do something and you need to provide the delivery. You need to be under pressure to be capable of doing something with other people.
It's like a real life kind of learning.
That's the approach. Our unique value proposition is about providing a real business education experience in an international setting. That would be our DNA.
Yeah. Mr. Jordi, what are the key factors that ISB students should consider when choosing a business school abroad?
If they want to work in an international setting after they complete the bachelor or master's here, at your university, that's very important that they have the real exposure in some other place. It's important. And then it brings more personal growth, development opportunity when you are alone abroad without the umbrella of your family. And I think it's very challenging. And at the same time, they find Geneva Business School as their second family abroad with the rest of the students, because almost all of our students are international.
Yeah, of course.
So they feel that they are on the same page and they really create their own connections at personal level. And those connections last forever, which is very important in personal aspects of the experience and at the same time for the professional networking in the long
Exactly,
term.
this is what I'm going to ask. Let's make it a little bit general. How studying abroad can affect ISP student personal and professional growth?
I can tell you about my personal experience in this perspective. When I took the MBA almost yesterday, I had part of the program abroad. In this case, it was in the US, but it doesn't matter. I was also staying in different places, and it gives you a more, it's an opener kind of a thing. So you can really be aware of the different cultures, because even though you don't know until you don't see, you need to be exposed. It's about the language, it's about how business people, for example, something sometimes is very easy, but lunchtime. If you schedule a meeting with someone that eats or have lunch at noon, and you schedule the meeting at noon, probably you are forcing that person.
A matter of traditions.
Then, for example, if you want to work with someone from Egypt and you schedule a meeting on Friday when they have the day off, because this cultural thing, so probably you are not really aligned. But when you are on the same page, everything becomes smoother. Or for example, with China. In Chinese, they use a word that it's called wanxi. So wanxi means that you are on the same page and you can rely on the other person. So when you have the trust at personal level, you can work on business. But if you don't know and you really want to go directly to the business side without the wanxi first thing, you will have no success at all. But for example, in Europe, there are some countries that work differently. In German, for example, German countries, or in Switzerland, even I would say in the same approach, the personal connection is important, but it's not crucial for the result. You can really jump this personal side and go in directly, because it's more a direct cultural kind of style.
Yeah.
And in the Netherlands happens the same. South America is different. South America, you also need to have this personal connection. So that's important. And then the study abroad, what gives you, it's the real perspective of how the real life, but in the end business. Sometimes it's interesting how people think that you have your personal side and your professional side, but in the end, we all are human beings and we are just one person.
Yes.
And we need to know that how really the world works. So for me, it brought me this real perspective of how to interact with other people from other places. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now when we talk about the issue or the matter of language, do you think it's necessary for students to learn the mother language of that country they are joining? For example, in Geneva Business School, are they supposed to study Spanish before going there?
It's an interesting question. Very easy. Our programs, everything that we deliver is in English to facilitate the integration of the students. It's not mandatory at all to speak Spanish. It's not obliged in order to get the visa to study there. Many of our students, it's like a personal choice. For you, I would say it's an opportunity rather than something that it's mandatory. So rather than seeing this as a barrier, I would say it's an opportunity. So while you are studying in English, you have the chance to learn one of the most spoken languages in the world. So
in real life contexts.
Exactly. So the Barcelona-Madrid campus, compared to Switzerland, that could be something similar. So you have a very added value in your case. The Geneva is located in the French canton in Switzerland. So the second language in my school is English, but the main from the region is French. So for you, that would be super easy. You can be your comfort zone. But if you want to have the extra challenge and making the most of your time while you are in Spain, you can learn Spanish while you are studying in English. but you can even survive with your English if you don't really want to speak Spanish at all. It's up to you. It's one decision, very personal, but yeah, an
So
opportunity.
it's a simple matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now students who are going to join Geneva Business School, would they have any work opportunities after graduation?
They could have while they're taking the program and their internships. It's very important for the professional growth. Usually when we have the breaks in winter or in summertime, or while they take the regular courses in the semester, they can combine. At the same time, it should be something related to the discipline. And at the same time, when they complete the program, they can stay in the country, but they need to find an employer who is going to be sponsoring the position. But if they find a position to be working for them, it's possible to stay in the country.
Great. When you said summer courses, I remember the summer school you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. It's a summer program or summer school. In some of the places, they run different programs under the summer school. In our case, it's equivalent summer course, summer program is the same. It's very much focused on global entrepreneurship and social impact. It's a bootcamp on entrepreneurship, so the students work in groups so they can develop the real idea and develop and present. It's very important. It's not what I sometimes call edu-tourism, which is fine, but they need to really have the feeling that they are capable of producing an outcome, an academic outcome, or they have get some takeaway when they complete the program, so they will be able to really create a business plan in 2 weeks with a little bit of pressure, but this is how real business works. And at the same time, they will have the chance to know about the culture here in Barcelona. This is where the summer program is organized, but it also includes some kind of cultural visits, some very interesting CEO talks. It means that very top managers from big companies like Nestlé or PepsiCo, and they will have the chance to interact with them. And it's not really like a classical lecture given by those people. So it's more like an interactive session where these people will share with the students the life lessons that they have learned over the years. It's more about, hey, what are my top 5 suggestions or recommendations if you want to really become successful as a CEO in your future. So we will have these sessions, and because of the social impact, we have another interesting project that it's called Homeless Entrepreneurs. Is a guy, a very interesting guy. He is called Andrew Funk. He's an American guy who became homeless because of personal situation.
The idea from that.
And yeah, so he was able to overcome this super suddenly unexpected situation in his life, and he became an entrepreneur. So basically what he's doing is helping other people with unexpected situations in their lives to fix these situations through this kind of entrepreneurial spirit. So he will be sharing this project so students can learn from the social. You don't always need to be a non-for-profit organization to have the social impacts. It's like a Grupo 11, which is the national lottery in Spain. It's a very big non-for-profit corporation, but they provide employment for 70,000 people with some kind of special needs, basically people blind. But at the same time, they manage a budget of 2,000 million euros per year. So for being a non-for-profit, it's not something that small.
Yeah.
So students, just summarizing, they will have the chance to create their own company. They will have the interactions with these CEOs. They will have industry company visits. They will have opportunity to get to know a bit more about the city of Barcelona. They will, explore the
more hands-on experiences.
Absolutely, different dimensions, the personal growth, a little bit of tourism going on, the academic side, the professional side, and then experiencing the food as well, which is important. We have like a welcome lunch, it's like a Garry's like the pre-Ramadan thing.
Yeah.
So we will have our welcome gatherings before, really feasting for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then the farewell lunch at the very end. But for us, it's as important the learning aspect of the interaction during the summer program, and at the same time, the social, because for us it's also important. The Spanish culture is important to get connections
to
the time that you share with your relatives, with your classmates, and it's all about this. But at the very end, it should be some kind of unforgettable experience that's gonna remain in your memories in the long term. Yep.
Now, concerning the summer school, the most attractive point is the price. You didn't tell us about it.
Exactly. So the full final price for the 2 weeks, everything included except accommodation and flight, is 1,500. That's the final price. However, students coming from here, you have a special 10% reduction if you're accepted, all of you, and there is one spot with a special fee of 1,000 euros, which is for academic merits, but chosen by the university. But it's an important opportunity to join the Barcelona experience, and we are waiting for you.
So interesting. Now let me end up with this question concerning your impression. How did you find the campus?
Very positive mood and good energy.
Good. How did you find Specs?
Very nice, very nice. The weather is much better right now than in some other colder places.
Yes.
So very cool.
Good. Do you have any advice that you can give to ISP students for their future career or those who want to pursue their studies?
Yeah, I would recommend people to be authentic and real, and don't go through I have these personal and professional behaviors, because in the end, one person is one person.
True.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr.
You're very
Jordi.
welcome.
It's so valuable that you shared your expertise with us.
Okay.
Thank you, and see you in another episode next time.
Okay, it's been a pleasure, Alma.
Thank
See
you.
you soon.